Hello everyone, welcome back to Roll, and one man's perpetual conflict with a random number generator to get the things he would like in the shop. We are going to keep hunting high scores, and to do that it's going to mean we're going to keep hunting the things that we need most in shops. And the very first thing I'm going to do is get 2 of my dice up to higher values so that we can start generating money through the early mid-game. So I'll save you watching me buy dozens of these things to get up to 2 97s and then catch up with you in a moment. Alrighty, we have our 97s, and I spent what last was available here on making numbers odds or prime numbers. It took me a lot of rolls to get here, which is unfortunate. But we're going to get die number 2, and then rather than doing what I normally do, messing around with single-face multipliers, I'm just going to try and make everything else as prime and below 13 as possible. So we'll put a 2 on 1 here, because 1 is not a prime number. We'll get the 5. 8. Is there anything we can add 8 to? 8 on 3 will make 11. 5 on 4 will make 9. 9 is not prime. 9 divides by 3. Dumb, dumb man. Right, plus 8 on a 3 makes 11. Then we're looking for rerolls, and then our 3rd shop upgrade. These are not the rerolls I want, really. I'll take a 5, put it on a 2 for a 7. We'll do 1 more, then we'll go up to 3 dice. Plus 5 and a plus 8. Five on 2 makes 7. Plus 8 on 3 makes 11 again. Alright, let's get that other die. Gonna need some money for a reroll. Right, what do we want from here? Possibly this guy. And then the rest, maybe a plus 6. Must be somewhere we can put a plus 6, especially on that left-hand die. Pick up the basic lottery face for later, whilst we are being offered it. Swap out a 2. 2's not doing much for us right now. We'll take a 4x on one of our 97s. Feels like this bit is not being very efficient. I need some rerolls, really. Which none of these are. We'll take another times 4 for the other 97 we have. Then, unless we have 6 times rerollers here, we don't. Let's upgrade the shop. Look for better stuff and passives. And what I'm hoping to do today slightly off my usual standard of trying to go for high scores, is, if possible, make one die that is all shop die adders. Shop refresh adders, all on a ×3, so that when they're re-rolling 3 times, will produce re-rolls more efficiently than if we had passive passive hunter. So that's going to give us 300% on all our prime stuff, which is great. We'll take a +5 while we have it. We can put that on a 2 up here. That becomes prime. There's Scavenger, there's Factor 18 Multiplier, and a Void Face. It's all stuff we want. Take the Void first. We're going to stick that underneath the 2 97s up here. Get rid of the 9 because it's not prime. Then Factor 18 Multiplier, because we're only ever hoping to have 5 dice. Then we'll take Scavenger. Hopefully it won't be too many rolls to get there. It wasn't. Still haven't seen any rerolls yet. There's 6 × 2 reroll. We want that. Single face adjacency bonus is no use to us today. So that is going to go on here. We'll take the 10x, replace one of our 4x's on the 97. Right. The rest of this stuff I don't want. No 99s reroll twice. We'll get our other die rerolling at least twice until we can find a triple reroll being universal. We don't want any even numbers because even numbers are not prime. We could take a clover for now. We'll overwrite it with something eventually, but we are going to build up lottery faces as we go. Get rid of the 4 because that's not prime. Numbers divisible by 5 increased by 2. Single face adjacency bonus. Right, we don't want any of this. Let's get that last shop upgrade going. Single set of a kind we definitely want, because part of the strategy this time is going to be having a scoring die in the center and then having things that flank it create single sets. We'll take a 1% chance, put it on the die that has the 50% chance at 170. 50% chance at 100 rather. Too many 7s in my brain. And we're going to want this as well somewhere. Am I going to put this over here for now? We can move stuff later, but I don't want this on the face with those in our final setup, is the plan. Excuse me. So let's stick it down here for now. Five times previous roll. We'll put on that center with the 97s and the void. any of the rest of this for now. We want both of these. So we'll buy them while they're here. Did that lottery just pay out? Is that how we got so rich so fast? That's not the one that tells me what scored. Oh, I have analytic mode turned off, don't I? Is it not going to show me for this roll then, because it was off when we came into the roll? Improved lottery odds. I guess it's broken for this one. That's fine. We were buying this and this, and none of the rest of it. Attached multipliers stack. Multipliers attached to a die face will now stack with single face, multi-face, and adjacency multipliers. We don't have any of those, so I don't think we want that. We just raised 6 million. Right, 10x previous roll multiplier we can put over here. And we should spend as much as we can while we have tons of money to spend. I don't really think we need to add something to itself, but we can add like 4 to itself. That's about all we care about. Right, more lottery faces. No weights bonus. 6 times 3 rerolls. We don't have universal triple rerolls yet, do we? We have universal double rerolls. So we'll take triple rerolls on here, because that's where most of our value is coming from. I want more of you. I want this guy. Right, I need to plot out what's going to end up where in the final recipe so that we have slot machine working and everything else being where I want it to be. For now, I think this is fine. We'll take no weights 200% bonus. Take a 5 times previous roll. Where are we going to stick that for now? Down here. We're getting a decent number of the faces that we want for all this. Double highest die we want. There's plenty more re-rolls, more lotteries. Afford that outright. We can very nearly afford these guys. 164 million. We must have just had something very big work out in a big way. So you have triples, everything else has doubles. You can have triples. You can have triples. Panicked that I wasn't recording then, but we are. I want more of you on here. Then I don't think we want any of the rest of this. When you roll a numeric value divisible by 5, all numeric values on the die will be increased by 2. So it's not just the die face, it's all numeric values. So I'll skip that for now. everything gets super expensive just because of the nature of the compounding costs. You've got triples, you've got triples, you've got triples, so we'll stick triples up here. There's a 50 with 100 on it. That's going to go down here, I think. We don't have 4 dice anymore. We don't want triples re-rolling. While you have less than 6 die, each time you roll, all numeric dice will be increased by 2. Definitely not. When you roll a prime numeric value, the die will be rolled 3 additional times. We don't need that anymore. Although we could buy it because it's so cheap to get it out of the pool. The rest of this we don't want or need. So now we need the shop face adders, shop face reroll makers, those ones. Or passive hunter. Passive hunter is exactly what we want, and we will take that near immediately. We'll take BOGO. BOGO is going to be very welcome. That made the thing I wanted to be free, which is always also welcome. So now everything has triple rerolls on it, which is great. And we have plenty of rerolls to get the other things that we're going to want. So that's also very nice. This is far too much glue. And look, there's no way it's triple rerolls, which would be effective for us if we hadn't already invested so much. Now, where do we draw the line on buying stuff just to get extra rerolls? Because if something is as cheap as 2 rerolls is, so this is 243,000, 1 reroll is 149,000, so buying this is worth 2 rerolls to us. These are not the lottery faces I want. We need more voids, we need more quarters, we need more 7s. I'm not seeing, there's a quarter, that's what we want. And we're going to want rigged machine, of course. Now, do we want to move anything whilst we have the ability to move stuff? This times 2 we don't care about. Right now I don't think so. We just need more voids, more of the rest of everything else. Whenever a lottery face is not successful, it will be rerolled 2 additional times. We already have sufficient rerollage. Double face multiplier, single face multipliers we don't have. Run multiplier we are not going for today. There is another 20% at a quarter. So I'm actually going to get rid of this 2x for that, I think. Now I just want a 10x on that bottom die, and that's going to be sorted. Put you up there. We need to do more with that right hand side die, but at least it's not being completely valueless for at the moment. This is cheaper than 1 reroll and offers us 2 rerolls, so even though we don't have any lightweights, we will purchase it anyway. None of the rest of this I want. I'm sure I'm going to go past something that I do want and then don't buy by mistake. I'll take another clover for the interim. Let's stick that over here on this 6 that's not doing anything for us. There's a lottery face. $352 million. Yeah, we got there pretty fast. Alright, I'm going to stick that over this 7. And now what we really need is rigged machine, basically. I'm going to take a 10x. And I'm going to put that on one of these 97s here, so we can keep our earning potential there up. This is cheaper than a reroll, although we're nowhere near affording it, so let's not do that right now. This is almost free. We probably want to swap something from somewhere to make things more ideal. Question is what to wear. This is fine as is. This is fine as is. We need more voids here. And we're not doing anything up here with this, so we don't actually need to move anything right now. If I could swap this whole die with one of these when we get slot machine, that would be preferable. But swapping a face we don't really need to do right now, so we'll keep looking for the things we want. There's swap whole dies. So we'll do that while it's in the front of my mind. Swap die positions. So I'm going to put this die here. Doubles bonus we do want. Coming up on half of our rolls being spent now. Don't want glue, don't want any of the rest of this. This is cheaper than one reroll, even though we're not close to it in cost. I am gonna buy it to get 2 rerolls out of it. There's a 10x previous roll multiplier we certainly want. So currently this is the only dice without 1. Is it worth just overlapping one of our 5x previous roll multipliers right now instead? I think so. I think we'll get more value out of this being a 10x than whatever this roll's being times by 10. Still lacking void faces. Again, these are cheaper than single rerolls. And we remove things from the pool when we're looking for slot machine and all-in and rigged machine. Those are going to be things that we want. There's 2 more 20%. Getting up to the billions now. But I still think we want those. Question is, quite where do we want them? I think this die is fine, apart from wanting to make this a 10x later. This die is not really doing much for us at all, so we'll probably just start investing over here now. We will want a 50% chance at a 100 score for our rigged machine on that right side. What's the worst number here? 7, 11, 11 and 5. It's going to be 5 then. A clover for 1. is totally agreeable. We'll get rid of the 6. Numeric value divisible by 2. Increase all numeric values on the die will be increased by 1. Do we have any even numbers? Because if we have no even numbers, that's fine. 3, 5, 7, 5, 7, 7, 11, 11. So we can take that without harm of breaking all of our prime numbers, and it's cheaper than buying 1 reroll, and we get 2 rerolls for buying it. 12 over here is far more expensive, so we'll ignore that. We can put a +2 on a 5 to make that a 7. +3, is that going to go anywhere conveniently? 7 would become 11. No, it would become 10. That's just basic mathematics. We'll ignore that then. More lottery faces that I think we want. We're in a good place at the moment for how much stuff costs versus how many rolls it takes to get it. Prime numbers increased by 500%, we want. No weights increase all dice by 3, we do not want. I'll take a 4x for 1. Put that like over here. It's going to do us no harm. There's top 3, we definitely want that. And shop refresh adders, we want. It's a bit late, but I'm still going to get it. Stick it up here. That became free, which is really good. Doubles increase, we do not want. The rest of this we don't want. Could be done something to do with wilds, but I'm just going to focus on what's in my head at the moment. Yahtzees, no. I'll take another 4-leaf clover because it's relatively cheap. We're just going to paste over it with something later, but whilst it's here, we'll take it. Non-standard multiples we want. Triples bonus might be worth it as well. Non-standard multiples is worth way more than this, so we'll buy that first and hope the other might become free. It did not, but that's fine. Don't want locks, don't want any of the rest of this stuff. Shop refresh adder, we do want. And we want doubles bonus as well. Getting to some pretty large rolls now. The value of all doubles will be increased by 100%. We want that for the occasions where we do manage to roll doubles, and to that end we should consider if we want one of our die to just be all of one face so that we can always force doubles to occur when it's match rolls. We have so much up here. I will take a 10x for somewhere. We can't put it on lottery faces yet, so we'll stick it on this numeric face that doesn't have anything else going on it right now. And a 5x can go on another numeric face that isn't doing anything. Right, I think that's all I want from this. I don't think we want any of this. Upon purchase, die quantity faces can be affected by multipliers which target a single face. Single face multipliers no longer target any numerical faces, only die quantity faces. Multipliers attached to a face can now additionally target die quantity faces. Yeah, we have no die quantity faces, so we don't care about that. There's a 10x previous, we definitely want that. And do we want it over here, or do I want to replace this 5x? I'm going to put it here. Am I? Yes, I'm going to put it here, and then if we can move this 5x over to here, we'll do that. Triples bonus. We can comfortably afford. This is 12 digits of number. We have 13 digits of funds. Wild adjacency we cannot afford. We don't really need it. Another 10x on a numeric value. Don't want any of the rest of this. Yahtzee increases, 5s increase. Don't want any of this. 10x previous we do want. Where did we want it? Over here. I'm going to keep the 7 just in case we get lucky 7s. And I think we want this guy somewhere. Probably here. Now we're really looking for voids and rigged machine, but we haven't seen voids in ages. We will buy this just to get more rerolls. Don't want any of the rest of this stuff. This does not improve lotteries, it just rerolls them. Numeric die. All numeric faces have half the quantity of the die added to their roll result. This effect occurs before bonuses and after multipliers. I'm still never sure about whether this is good because I worry it would break primeness. So I'm not going to do that for now. We don't need more of these. Don't want any of that stuff. 500% lottery bonus, we certainly do want. Value of all numeric faces increased by 2. That's more expensive than we have, although it's cheaper by far than a single reroll. So we'll wait till we get lucky and then buy that. Value of all numeric faces divisible by 2. We don't have any, but that's fine. Still not finding any voids. No weights reroll, die in singles, wilds. There's rigged machine and 800% more on lotteries. So things could be about to go a little wild. So we get rigged machine. Or do we get this first because this is more expensive, it can make that free? It didn't, that's fine. So there's rigged machine. want this. Where do I want it? That's a great question. What I really want is more voids. I guess I don't care about clovers anymore if we don't have... If we have rigged machine, clovers are far less important. Question is, where do we want the rest of the things we add to be now? I guess we want more lotteries on this line for when we get rigged machine later. Do we have any 5x previous rolls still? You are a 5x previous roll. Not that you're particularly earning anything, but we can make you a 10x. We just rolled some obscene amount of cost, so we should spend whatever we can now, not that there's very much to spend on. Do I want to move something now? Let me just check. Rigged machine, where are you? When a die rolls a successful lottery face, the next lottery face rolled on the same die is a guaranteed success. Yes, so I always thought, I was under the impression that if this 50% rolled, say, then the 10x previous roll was the next roll, the next roll after that wouldn't be guaranteed because they weren't successive in their appearance, but it doesn't matter if there's a gap of other tiles in between. So, we probably want to move this void now, don't we? The question is, where do we want to move it? Probably here, or here, or here. This doesn't have a 50% face on it, so we probably don't want it there yet. We have 50% faces on this one and this one, so we want to move the void. And where am I going to put it? It's between these two, basically. I'm going to move one of these quarters, because then if there's a quarter on this die, and this die, and this die, there's more chances for non-standard doubles and triples to come out. Let's hide you. I don't want to lock anything, don't want incrementers, don't need weights. Right, watch everything get even more expensive. All numeric phases with a value less than 13 increase by 1000%. Not what we need. We don't have a slot machine yet, do we? Slot machine is the one that lets you put single face multipliers on lottery faces. So we're still looking for that. I'm going to buy this and just put it kind of anywhere. Combined face multipliers we would like, I think. The rest of this, not so much. We have plenty of rerolls to be working with for now. Another 20% times a quarter. We basically need giant rolls to even impact how much we're earning now. 20% at a quarter. Where do we want that to go? Probably down here. Value of reroll dice increased by 50%. Definitely want it. Big spender, we definitely want to avoid taking. So now we have to wait for our big hits on rigged machine. What else do we want? I feel like we're not popping off into the exponents as much as I would expect to by this point. Oops. Right, what else do we want and need? Not this. Do we want that anywhere? More lottery 1%ers. Well, we got to affording it very quickly, so we might as well invest somewhere. I'm hesitant to get rid of these, because I feel like they're going to be our main source of value when stuff isn't hitting. But at this point, if stuff isn't hitting, this isn't going to probably impact the really, really, really big numbers, is it? So what else do we want? I want slot machine, I want more voids. We're just not seeing void faces. Let's dump one of these. Don't need that, don't need that, don't want any of the rest of this. Don't want or need any of that stuff. Shops reached exponents before we have, as of rerolls. Doubles reroll, doesn't matter. 10x previous roll. I don't think we need more than one of those on each die. And right now I think we have one on every face. Don't need to move any dice. $20 times a quarter. We do want. I need more 50% at 100s. That's what I really need. Don't want any of this. Don't want any of that. All single face multipliers will not. Yeah, we don't want that. Don't want any of this. BOGO is like fine, especially if we can roll up to its cost quickly. Although we need to hit big numbers to do that, but it will give us more rerolls. And it makes 2 things free now that we own 2 things. There's another 20% at a quarter face. Yeah, this hasn't worked out like I'd hoped. I'm not sure where it's all really gone wrong. Because we're about to afford this, but but I don't think this is going to be the difference maker. So I'm going to re-roll and look for voids or other things that are going to have more impact right now on our last 466 rolls. There's slot machine. Less than 6 dice have 300% bonus. We also definitely want. That we can very nearly afford. If we can get some lotteries to hit. Now, the question is, are we ever going to be able to afford slot machine? Oh, yes. Yes, we can. Additionally, you can now attach face multipliers to lottery faces. So these guys that are cheap and readily available, we can put on other things. Now, do we want them on these guys or these guys? Is the big question. I think we're going to go here. We can't stack them yet, can we? We can. Alright, so that's going to get chunky. This is relatively cheap comparatively, right? Because if this is E16, this is going to be 4 of 7 here. So this 7's going to go down to 3. Alright, maybe there's still hope. Do I want to move any faces? That's not the screen I wanted. Do I want to move a face? I still can't believe we've only got 1 void. I don't think so. There's all in. I think we want all in. All numeric faces will have a value of 0. The result of all lottery faces will be multiplied by 7. So what we now want to do is, as quickly as possible, get rid of the other numeric faces that we have remaining, like the 97s down on the bottom. I need more 50% chances of 100 happening. I think that's what I'm really missing for my other bonuses to happen. Add previous rolls to rolls we want. I don't know if we're going to be able to hit well enough on our lotteries. Okay, that was a chunky one. Alright, so we'll add previous rolls to rerolls. Yes. Give me 20% at a quarter on here. Give me 7s on... Do we have any numeric faces left? We don't. In any case, give me that instead of this. I don't need to move any die. This is worth 2 rerolls to me. Plus 4x. I'm just going to put on here. Make that one face worth 99 rather than spreading out the wealth. Then I don't want any of the rest of this. Things continue to get obscenely expensive. Is it worth taking a 5% chance at something just to improve the odds of the 1% going off? If we put that somewhere like here. And is there anywhere I actually want to put another one of these right now? I suppose, here. I don't think we're going to be needing more shop rerolls with 300 rolls left at this stage. These passives we don't want or need. Still no voids. Less than 6 die all have value increased by 500%. Absolutely. If we can get some good rolls, please. Alright, I think we're going to buy this. And then probably think about just rolling out unless we can find any... Oh, well, this costs 1, so we'll buy that. Where are we going to put it? Honestly, I don't know if we even need to put it somewhere. %10 is higher than 5%, so we'll change that out. Then we've got 59 rerolls, and I wouldn't even know what we need at this stage to warrant more shopping. Obviously, we want more voids that we've just not been able to find this whole run. Hey look, a void. I bet we can never afford it. No, we got there reasonably quickly. And the plan is, I think, replace one of these with it. We're kind of all in on that central one at the moment. Which is probably a mistake, but it's too late now. Wild adjacencies, we have no wilds. 50% at 100. We actually want that quite badly. Where do we want it? It's going to be in one of these two places, probably. Probably up here. There's just been a bunch of small errors that all accumulate to not getting the colossal scores that you want. We don't have any clovers or 7s left. No 99's 200% bonus is totally worthwhile. If we can hit some worthwhile lotteries, because if we can't, we're probably going to have to think about rolling out soon, because otherwise we're going to end up with no score at all. Well, this is worth 2 rerolls to me. This is worth something to me. Probably should have focused sooner on one of our 7s being worth way more. More BOGOs. Don't think we need it at this point. It's just voids, really. Or 50% chance at 100. I don't think we need a 1% at 7s anymore. I think my mistake was putting numbers on here when I should have been putting them on here, and then done that after we got into a 99er. It's just a shame my own incompetence is my downfall, basically. Single set of a kind. It's worth 3 times as much as we currently have, so odds are we're not going to get there. Unless we get some incredible rolls. Yeah, if you get the really, really incredible roll, everything becomes incredible, which is the worst sentence anyone ever said. There's another void. Oh, we shot up to E20. So let's stick a void. Do we put one more on here and hope this pays out in a massive way? I guess we do. We're kind of all in on that. No weight's worth 100% more. It's half of our value, but it's 100% more, right? With 91 rolls to go. There's the void. Where are all these voids coming from? Right at the very end of play. We're not going to get the giant stuff. Well, that one was so big that this E20 is now only worth this 6 turning into a 5. Or a 4. And so we can put one probably over here. This is worth 2 rerolls to me. This we can stick on there. This is worth a pittance to us now. But with 48 rolls left to go, we basically need loads of really good lottery payouts at this exact moment to get a high score. Which is unlikely, I concede. Even if we found a void now, I don't think we could A, afford it, and B, warrant taking it to try and get really large payouts right here at the end. But it would feel weird to get to the end having not spent all of our rerolls looking for the really, 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 really good stuff. But I think we're basically there. We could buy more of this stuff, but I think I've basically made my bed and now I have to lay in it. If you could just buy enough BOGOs that you buy one thing and everything always becomes free. That would be incredible. There's a void. We can afford it. Where would we put it? Probably on that left side. On here. It costs basically half of what we have, but we stay in the E21, which is the more important part, I feel. Plus 10 became free, that means nothing to us. Refresh the shop, everything gets even more expensive. How's this going now? Oh, we got to 22 pretty fast. So we'll invest in another void over here on that guy there. Maybe I found the very best bit of the strategy right at the very end, which is a shame. That, and it took us this long to find any voids. Is there somewhere else I want to put a void now? You're kind of set. You're set. Could put one down here. Could put one over here. Sure. Right now I'm pondering what my high score even is, and whether that would have been higher than it, and now I'm just screwing myself out of my own high score. Alright, that's the last of that. How is it this is the first time we've seen when a lottery face is re-rolled, it's twice as likely to be successful? I feel like I would have bought that if we'd seen it by now, but we haven't. Unless we can buy it in like 2 rolls. We cannot. Also, at some point we had E22 and then spent more money and now end our run on E21, which is a great shame. How does that rack up to my previous scores? Your score is higher than your previous high score. So, as much as we did not end on E22, we did beat our high score just a touch. So, that's something. Let's see where we are on the leaderboards. Back to 128th. People up here doing incredible things. Where would our 22 put us? Maybe it would have put us in the top 100. Just. But hey, it was a good run. We had a good time. Thank you ever so much for watching. If you're enjoying the series, please do consider subscribing or hitting that like button. If you have any questions or comments, you can put them down below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.